Denmark says it's ready to talk with the incoming Trump administration about security concerns in the Arctic. The Danish Foreign Minister made the announcement during a visit to Israel. He says Copenhagen shares Donald Trump's concerns about the region and pledged to coordinate future discussions with Greenland to protect American interests.
What we are doing right now is to getting into a more detailed dialogue with the incoming president. I think, and we agree that the Americans have certain concerns about the security situation in the Arctic, which we share. And therefore, in close cooperation with Greenland, we are ready to continue talks with the incoming president in order to ensure, I would say, legitimate American interests.
Let's look at why Greenland is emerging as a critical player in global politics. Situated near the Arctic Circle, it serves as a gateway to the Arctic that has been transformed by rapidly melting ice sheets. New transit routes are emerging through the Northwest Passage. They could revolutionise maritime trade between Europe, Asia and North America by reducing journeys by thousands of kilometres. Greenland's ice sheets are believed to store vast deposits of precious metals and fossil fuels, setting the stage for a new resource race in the global north. Well, for more on this, we're joined by Mikkel Olesen, who is a senior researcher at the Danish Institute for International Studies. He joins us now from Copenhagen. Thank you very much for being with us here on Al Jazeera. First of all, we'll get to the strategic importance of Greenland in just a moment, but the Danish Foreign Minister's comments, he said he's ready to talk to Donald Trump about all of this. Is this placating Trump, or is he serious about actually coming to some sort of agreement, do you think?
I think the Danish Foreign Minister will be very interested in trying to figure out a way of meeting U.S. security needs in a way that doesn't involve breaking up the Kingdom of Denmark, obviously. So the way I hear it, I mean, the U.S., for instance, has been very interested in the Kingdom of Denmark increasing situational awareness in the Arctic, meaning Danish capacity to figure out what's going on in the air and at the sea and underneath the sea. So I could imagine that this would be one element where a Danish foreign minister would be interested in saying to the U.S. president, "Okay, we are not particularly interested in you trying to sort of incorporate Greenland, but we are willing to help with to work with you to try to see your security needs met." So I think that's what's meant here.
Well, why do you think all of this is happening now? It's not just a coincidence that this is happening a week or so before Donald Trump takes office, but how long has the United States been interested in Greenland and all that region has to offer for the United States?
Well, obviously, this is not new. I mean, the U.S. has had a military presence in Greenland since the Second World War. But also, if we just take a look at more sort of recent times, we can see that as geopolitical tensions between, especially the U.S., China, and Russia has, what you would say, taken a turn for the worse in the last decade or so, we also see that their conflict on or rivalry on a global scale has a tendency to spill over into various regions, and the Arctic is one of those regions. So I think a lot of what we're seeing here is actually, what shall we say, tension between the great powers about stuff that has very little to do with the Arctic that spills over into the Arctic region. And that's what the Danish Foreign Minister is trying to handle.
Yeah. Can you just give us a little bit of background and context here? How united are the people of Greenland with the politicians in Denmark at this point in time? Can you just give us more of an idea about the relationship and who really holds the power over the future of the island?
Well, definitely, I'll be happy to. Well, within the Kingdom of Denmark, which encompasses Denmark, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands, each part of the kingdom, including the Faroe Islands and Greenland, has a lot to say about their own matters. And when it comes to Greenland, there is little doubt that should Greenland want to go for self-determination, the Danish Prime Minister has said this again and again very recently, Denmark will not stand in the way. So ultimately, this decision as to how close of a bond Greenland should have to the US, it is primarily a Greenlandic decision. The Danish politicians have been very clear on this.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll have to leave it there, but absolutely fascinating at this point in time and in the weeks and months ahead to see exactly how this unfolds. Mikkel Olesen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.